So within 7 minutes, I'm in the car on the way to Home Depot. Interesting story how I acquired 2 Anthurium DocBlock shells. If you are a plant collector like I am, I often have wish list plants, and I often do searches to see whether or not they're available in Canada first and foremost, and then whether or not they're available locally. Let's take it back to last Wednesday. I did a search and it popped up. Hi beautiful plant people, welcome back. This is the story of how I acquired 2 Anthurium DocBlock shells. I did a Google search, they were available at Home Depot, and this particular Home Depot is located close to me, said that they had 15 in stock. So within 7 minutes, I'm in the car on the way to Home Depot. And I arrive at Home Depot and I first go to the regular plant section where they have all their other plants, and there wasn't any there. I'm like, well, it said I had 15, so where are the 15? So I went inside to go see whether or not someone can help me locate the Anthuriums. And as I was approaching customer service, I saw that they were on a display shelf close to customer service. I imagine because of the price point, they are $150 each. So it made sense that they want to have them probably in visibility of customer service so people don't walk away with them. And it's funny, so I go to the cash register, and the cashier brings in the plants. She does a double take. She's looking, and I'm like, yes, that is correct. That is the correct price. And she's like, why? Try to explain to a person who does not collect plants why you are willing to spend $150 for one plant. So that is that's how it goes. So the reason we are here today is I wanted to get these out of the peat mix that it's in, the peat moss mix from this, and put it in the Crystal Star Nursery Mineral Magic Mix, and hopefully we can see some growth. There's actually quite a bit of growth here. So let's get started with this up pot. Yeah, and you can see that the roots are already starting to grow out the bottom, so it's a good time to change it up. Actually really beautiful. Let me give you a closer look. Look at that, roots. Healthy and really beautiful, and pink, which is interesting. Yeah, so really pretty healthy roots. I am just using a lid from a plastic container. So what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna wanna remove all of the peat. And you can see that there's actually even a little bit of wild flowers or wild greenery that's growing. So let's remove the peat the best I can. And I will have to wash the roots. I prepared in advance my substrate, my mineral magic mix, by washing it off. It often has a lot of sediment in it, so I wanted to clean that off so that it will be nice and clean to repot these in. And you can see that it's peat moss, it's really loose, it's not compact at all. I want to be careful, try not to damage any of the existing root ball. But because I am not putting it in a soil substrate, I want to make sure to remove all of the soil. So it's going to take a little bit of finessing. So there's 2 schools of thought regarding transplanting your newly acquired plant. One thought is to leave it in the substrate that you bought it in and let it acclimate to your environment before you cause any more undue stress. And then the second one is you can transplant it right away, making sure that there's no, you want to make sure that there's no pests or anything that's in the nursery soil. So there's for me, it really does depend on the plant and the condition that I got the plant. So in this case, I decided to do it right away because it is in a peat mix, and I am a bit of an overwaterer. So if I keep it in the peat mix, I may overwater it, which lead to root rot. So I want to get it out of this substrate right away. Oh, the roots look amazing. This looks really good, to be very honest. So I will have to take this and wash off all of the substrate, but yeah, this looks really good. I will give you a before look of the roots and an after look. So that is one. And actually, let me take this to the sink. And I actually managed to keep most of the roots intact, and this is the second one. Ooh, that looks good too. So this is the second. This is the second Anthurium Michelle roots. Looks beautiful and healthy and pink. So let's remove this peat. Oh, there's some new growth coming in there. Oh, that's lovely. Let me just kind of try to soften it up. Makes it a bit easier to remove. So I thought it had a pellet. It might have, and then it might have had a pellet. The way it looks like it's grown, it's really tough. The peat is really tough. Oh yeah, there is. Yeah, I believe there is a pellet there, and part of it might have dissolved, but it's not soft. The peat close to the root ball is not very pliable. It's tough, but yeah, this is looking good. What do you do when you bring a new plant into your home? Do you repot it right away, or do you let it acclimate first and then repot it? If you do repot it later, let me know how long you wait. Let me know in the comments below. Do you repot your plant right away, or do you give it time to acclimate to your home environment before you repot it? Let me know. Oh yeah, peat close to the stem is really tough, which is also not good because it makes it more difficult. When you have peat or soil that is really tough, it becomes what is called hydrophobic, which means that it doesn't absorb the water, which is not good because the plant does need the water. So if it's not absorbing the water, then it's not getting the water that it needs for survival. So this looks good too. Let's give these both a good wash and we can repot them. I believe this is a 4-inch pot. I'm gonna repot it in, I think it's either a 6-inch pot, but let me measure it and I'll let you know. So I will be right back.
A few moments later.
There's one, there's the other. So you want to try to remove as much of the organic matter, in this case the peat, since it is going into non-organic matter. So this is the best I can do. I'm up potting it from the 5-inch pot, about 4.5-inch, 5-inch pot to the 6-inch pot using the Crystal Star Nursery Mineral Magic Mix, which I prepared in advance by washing it. I also have another bag here that I washed before, but let's use the wet one. Just putting a little cloth at the bottom because of the drainage holes. If not, the mix would fall through the cracks. So I'm going to that's centered enough. I'll use my hand because I can get a bit more substrate. Good. Done. That's one. Let me clean up that water. Let me get a catch pot for that one. So I'll place that in there. Look at that. It's lovely. I can see there is, oops, there's a new leaf coming there. So I want to make sure not to bury it. Good once it gets a little bit more solid in the substrate, like once the roots start. Good. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, this one. With this one, let me try to bury it a bit deeper so the roots there. Let's try this way. Nope, I'm making more of a mess than I need because I'm rushing because the sun is setting. I probably need a bigger scoop, so I'm just gonna use my hand. Just gonna use my hand for now. Deeper is more stable for sure. And I'm rushing because the sun is going down, so I want to make sure that I can finish this up for you before I have no more light. And let's just put the rest in there. I don't know about you, but I often feel accomplished once I have repotted a plant. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will ooh, actually this is a little unstable. Let me see how I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Peace.